Hi there everyone, welcome on board another informative Jamaica Magazine journey. I'm your host, Theodore Henry. It's looking a lot more like Christmas and we have a lot in store to boost your spirit in this half hour, starting with the news of the day. You can't miss any of it, so stay with us.
Season's greetings to my fellow Jamaicans. This Christmas, let us celebrate in true Jamaican style and commit to safer roads. Last year, we lost over 480 lives in road accidents. This holiday season, let us do our best to stay below that number. Drive responsibly, slow down, avoid distractions, and never ever drink and drive. Buckle up, especially the children, and always watch out for pedestrians. The holidays are a time for joy, not sorrow. Let's ensure everyone arrives safely. From all of us at the Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport, have a safe and happy Christmas and a prosperous New Year. God bless you all.
Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe and this is your JIS News for Monday, December 23, 2024. Residents of Orangefield and St. Catherine have joined the ranks of those with access to potable water following the commissioning of a pipe in their community on Friday. The $10.8 million project is part of the larger Jericho Water Improvement System. Spearheaded by the National Water Commission, the project is set to benefit over 220 households, of which only 20% are now in the NWC database. Acknowledging that the issue of little to no water in the past would have discouraged regularization, the minister with responsibility for water, along with the NWC president, say this should no longer be the case.
And so now we have put in the work, we have improved the service, and it is really a part of our commitment to the overall building of the nation, to ensure that our water sector is resilient and that it is sustainable.
We do thank you for your patience, and we do hope that you have signed up and that you continue to sign up and that you faithfully honor your bills when you get the first set of bills, because the Water Commission has invested in your comfort, in your standard of living, in your land value, and in your future.
More than 2,819 hectares of crops that were damaged by Hurricane Beryl and Tropical Storm Raphael have been restored. Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, Floyd Green, gave the update during his ministry's quarterly press briefing last week. He revealed that approximately $182 million was spent procuring almost 28,000 units of assorted seeds, which were distributed to farmers across Manchester, Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Trelawney, St. Catherine and St. Anne. Focus was placed on crops such as cabbage, lettuce, sweet pepper, watermelon, tomato and others.
We have restored 20 hectares of yam, 8 hectares of cassava, 12 hectares of papaya, 16.5 hectares of hot pepper. In fact, $21 million was invested in some of those crops, and we've distributed over 360 units of pesticides.
Support to the poultry industry included the distribution of 57,600 broiler chickens, 5,775 broiler rations and medications, and 50,000 pullets for egg farmers. $85 million was spent providing material for greenhouse farmers, while $26 million allowed for the procurement of critical materials such as lumber, zinc, mesh wire and nails to support farmers rebuilding their livestock facilities. Minister Green says that as of December 16, more than 24,860 farmers have received direct benefits in the form of seeds, fertilizers and technical support to rebuild their farms and livelihoods.
An additional 6,000 beneficiaries have come through JACRA, the Banana Board, and the National Fisheries Authority. Therefore, over 30,000 farmers and fishers have received some benefit as a part of our Hurricane Beryl recovery effort.
In 2025, the Ministry of Agriculture will be pivoting the sector for robust and sustainable growth with key focus on strengthening resilience through more climate-smart technologies, irrigation systems, and continued organization for disaster preparedness. The Portfolio Minister Floyd Green says production and productivity will be enhanced by scaling up support for key crops and livestock.
So we're going to be expanding research, especially around seeds, planting materials, to ensure that we're planting the right climate-smart varieties. We will be purchasing some new tractors as we continue to drive the mechanization of our agricultural sector. We are going to enter into a public-private partnership around tractor and drone usage so that our farmers will have greater access.
The ministry will also focus on driving growth through investments, the introduction of new agro-parks, new contract farming arrangements, and ensuring adequate storage for times of glut.
We're going to do a big push to drive growth through investment. We're looking for big investors in agriculture, in fisheries, and in mining. And I can't speak about some of them as yet, but I can tell you, in all three areas, including mining, we have some big investments on the horizons.
The minister says engagements have already started with the critical stakeholders on the matter of contract farming, which will involve getting more farmers to farm for a set market and a set price. Special attention would also be given to training and empowering young people to have well-run businesses. In the meantime, the network of retention ponds has been expanded, and $120 million is being spent to purchase small irrigation kits as preparations start for what is expected to be a dry period in January to March. Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett says attention has to be paid to the transformative role artificial intelligence, AI, can play in helping to strengthen the sector. He was addressing a forum on tourism and artificial intelligence organized recently by the Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center.
My thinking has been, how do we help to broaden the perspective of analysis and enable for innovation to flow? And all of these think tanks that we've been doing and establishing the Global Resilience and Crisis Management Center, it's not about just putting up institutional framework around. It's to provide opportunities for new and exciting knowledge, engagements, and information to flow, and ideas to be generated, and more importantly, to be converted into material goods and services with a value and a price.
Co-founder of the center, Dr. Lloyd Waller, argues that despite the negative perception surrounding AI and technology generally, there is an upside being ignored.
The interesting thing about it, whether it was the tractors or the radios with telecommunications or even the ICT for development in the last, in the late 1990s, early 2000s, yes, jobs were lost, but yes, more so, more jobs were created. And I don't think people look at how these technologies and these tools facilitate this growth in new jobs and in a new market and new persons starting to see how technology can be used to transform lives.
And finally, Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn, is expected to resume her duties after the Court of Appeal overturned the Constitutional Review Court's decision on legislation that extended the DPP's age of retirement. The legislation was challenged in the case of Philip Paulwell and Peter Bunting versus the Attorney General, with the initial ruling in favor of the petitioner. But on Friday, that decision was overturned, and a statement from the Ministry of Justice says the new ruling declares the legislation that increased the age of retirement for the DPP and Auditor General from 60 to 65 as valid and consistent with what was done for other members of the public sector. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck adds that it means Ms. Llewellyn, who has been out of office pending this decision, can now resume her office at the earliest possible time. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lisa Rowe. Thanks for watching.
As our hearts warm up to the spirit of the holidays, many kitchens will be busy with preparations for the festive feasts planned for the days ahead. So we're starting off our features journey with a look at a yard-style delicacy you might want to prepare for your table this year.
The focus of the Advent season is on how we can prepare our hearts and homes for the arrival of Christ. As we prepare ourselves for the joy, peace, hope, and love that the season brings, holding close to those we love the most and sharing our favorite foods are two ways we do this. As we consider our preferred foods for the season, our Jamaican fruitcake paired with a glass of sorrel comes to mind. Chef Dennis Osborne is in the kitchen to walk us through creating this popular Christmas dessert.
Let's go. All right, so we're making an half-pound butter fruitcake today. So we're starting by creaming our butter and our sugar together. So we add half pound of butter in our mixing bowl and half pounds of sugar. We mix or cream our butter and sugar at a medium until it's creamy and fluffy. So we are combining dry ingredients first. So here we have a cup of flour, a teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, combine this together. Have half cups of breadcrumbs here. And the breadcrumbs is optional. So we set this aside. We move into our fruits or dry fruits. So we have here some mixed peel. And we have some raisins. So it's half cup of raisin, half cup currants, half cup prune, and half cup cherry as well, and quarter cup mixed peels. So we'll go ahead and put in some nutmeg also in. About a tablespoon of nutmeg because it's flavoring for us here in Jamaica. So this will combine all our dry ingredients, so when we're mixing we don't have any separation by adding our dry fruits in our blender to get it puree, and we're adding 2 cups of wine for moisture, so it makes the cake all juicy and ready. Here we go, our fruits all puree and ready to add to our batter in just a few. So we move over to our eggs. Here we'll be using 7 eggs for our butter here. The first one is fine to crack in the bowl that you want to whisk in, but for the others, preferable do them separate because of spoilage. Alright, so we go by whisking our eggs. This helps to combine the yolk and also the egg white together. Here is our butter and sugar. It's cream and come to a nice peak. So this is what you need when you're baking your cake, light and fluffy. So we combine this butter, creaming portion, to create our traditional fruit cake. Adding a teaspoon of almond and a teaspoon of vanilla And of course, we'll be having just another pinch of salt. And our Jamaican rum, we'll be adding about 2 shots. So we're gonna go ahead and put our cake batter inside the oven for 350 degrees for 2 hours, all right? Ginger to put on the glass just for decoration. So here we go, we have our Jamaican fruit cake. Also on the side, we're going to serve some carrot cake. If you guys, for those who in the family doesn't enjoy the fruit cake, so we can have some carrot cake with some walnuts.
Washing your hands properly can help keep you and others safe. Remember to wash often, especially before eating or touching your face.
It's the most wonderful time of the year with the usual family gatherings and the exchange of gifts. But the reality is many of us have to be as frugal as we are festive. Now we've got you covered with some penny-pinching tips to help you not break that bank this holiday.
Oh, hi everyone. I'm Shaquille Hines, media practitioner, and I've been doing this for... All right, so that's not the most important figure here. Rather, my favorite time of the year is coming up, Christmas. And of course, there's a whole lot of spending and splurging that is often associated with the period. What I'm really trying to say is that I'm no financial expert, but like you, I'm concerned about how we can all save a dime or two while making every cent count. Besides, if we've learned anything over the past few months, it's that the biggest certainty in life is uncertainty. These are uncertainties that you may need to save for. So I decided to meet with the experts for their 2 cents on how we can all pinch the penny this Christmas.
Thanks, Shaquille. I'm Michelle. I'm the financial expert, and I love Christmas, the fun, the frolic, the friends, but we gotta do it on a budget. So today I'm gonna give you some tips as to how to do exactly that. thank you so much are the words we want to hear when we give a gift. But how do we spread love and good cheer to those that we hold dear and still have money left over for next year? So therefore, it means that we need to have a lot of creativity added in, a tops of energy, and then a lot of love. So today I'm going to take you through 3 questions you need to ask yourself in making sure that you get the right gift for the right person, and take you through how the love languages will help you to gift the special gift to those that you love. So the 3 questions are: 1, what's the max I can spend? 2, to whom must I give a gift? And 3, what is their love language? So 1, what's the max that I can give? Listen, essential expenses are exactly that, essential. So therefore, in terms of credit card payments, whatever other loan payments, your utilities, etc., they are still essential. So those things must be covered first. How much money do you have after all of that? That is your budget for this Christmas. Number 2, to whom should you give a gift? To all the people who have done some fabulous things for you this year. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the 5 love languages. And guess what? 4 of them require no spending at all. The 5 love languages are touch, time, affirmation, service, and gifts.
Interesting. But Michelle, how exactly do I translate those 5 love languages into actual Christmas gifts?
So touch. These people love your physical touch. So what could you give them? You could probably do up a gift certificate for a massage, a foot rub. What else can you think of? Time. These people need quality time with you, so why not give that to them? And you know, this may be something really great for grandparents. So how about doing up a coupon that says me and you? For X number of hours in the day, you choose the date. So affirmation, your words of affirmation, your words telling them all that they mean to you. So how about making a card or purchasing a card, but you write in your own special words? Acts of service. This is doing something specific for that individual, something that really means a lot to them. So how about the couple that you love who have a little one? How about making a coupon to say, hey, for one night I'll babysit while you do something romantic together. So now that we've covered the 4 that do not require any money at all, now let's look at the one that can require a little bit of money, and that one is gift giving. But make it special. What people want are good memories to say, wow, I got this from this person and they really thought about me.
Thanks, Michelle. Sounds pretty simple and cost-effective, right? Well, as you think about who you give your time, your affirmation, acts of service, or just your physical gifts this Christmas, there are some other things you could consider doing to have a frugal yet fun Christmas. But also bear in mind that this time around, things may look a little different.
Well, Christmas this year is going to be different, eh? A lot of people have lost their jobs, number 1. Number 2 is still in a COVID environment, which means that you're not going to be able to be having large gatherings. It's going to be a little more toned down now because of those 2 things. But the truth is that you still can enjoy what the real meaning of Christmas is. And I think this has given us the opportunity to get back to the real meaning of Christmas. So it's about spending time with family and friends, but you can still have that family dinner. And to cut down on the amount of money, maybe one person will host it, but persons come together, you know, and provide the meal. Always remember also that you can't spend more than what you have, and the truth is that it's not really just about the gifts, but the act of giving. So you can do things. You can make gifts, for example. If someone is a creative person, you know, you can make gifts. You can give things that don't really cost a lot, but it still has a very sentimental attachment to it. Children expect a lot. So you need to start having a conversation with children from now and say, listen, this Christmas we're not going to be able to give you what you're used to and explain that to them. So you have to have that sort of conversation. Pick the gifts very carefully. So, you know, a lot of people give gifts just willingly to people they don't even know, just acquaintances with. You might have to choose your circle, your closer circle that you want to give gifts to. One of the things I do, for example, is I always buy my Christmas gifts like October, November, because people know that people get caught up and spend a lot during that time. They tend to raise prices closer to Christmas because people just spend without checking prices. You also are not going to be spending a lot of money on entertainment again. So look at that also. One of the things that COVID has done is move entertainment to a cheaper option, which is online. So why not have Zoom parties, for example, you know, online parties, in terms of connecting with people overseas, you know. You're not going to be making that trip anymore. So you can connect with people from overseas online. So those are some of the things that you can do. You know, stay at home. You cut down on a lot of expenses. If you do all of that, you can still have a very enjoyable Christmas. And at the same time, you're not spending the amount of money that you normally spend.
So we get the 12 days of Christmas, and what your true love gave to you last Christmas, or simply wanting to be the Santa Claus that's coming to town. But let's not forget to be frugal in it all. So as you plan for the season, consider ways to pinch your penny and make every cent count. Happy holidays.
Jamaica Eye can help you protect our citizens.
Jamaica Eye will play a part in increasing your public safety.
Jamaica Eye is part of an island-wide network of camera surveillance systems designed to increase the safety of you, our citizens. If you have a camera system outside your home or office facing a public space, log on to jamaicaeye.gov.jm today. Jamaica Eye, we're all connected. The Ministry of National Security, creating a safer and prosperous Jamaica.
Are you aware of how Jamaican adolescents use social media? What do they do online? What do they post? Do you know if they are being harassed? These are questions you should be asking yourself because it is your duty to keep your children safe online. Parents, here's what you need to do. Be active online and offline. Help your child to set up his or her online profile. Make sure you familiarize yourself with the different social media applications that they use and set some rules. Protect our nation's children and save them from cybercriminal attacks.
Our half-hour journey through the pages of Jamaica Magazine ends right here for today, but please join us again tomorrow on this station for more news, features, and information you can use. In the meantime, visit our website, jis.gov.jm, for this and other offerings. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Theodore Henry, reminding you to spread peace and joy. Until next time, take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.